It was just past 7 p.m. in a small diner tucked off the highway. The kind of place where the smell of fresh coffee mixed with the sound of clinking silverware and quiet conversations. At a corner booth, a man sat hunched over, shoulders heavy, a worn jacket draped around him. His name was Daniel, once a proud mechanic, now a single father struggling to piece life together after his wife's passing. Across from him sat his little girl, Emma, no more than 7 years old, her wide eyes filled with hope as she looked at the menu. She didn't know the weight her father carried. She didn't know that inside his pocket, he had only $5 crumpled, all he could spare for dinner that night. Daniel glanced at the menu, heart aching. "What would you like, sweetheart?" he asked gently, already knowing he couldn't afford most of the choices. Emma tapped her finger on a picture of pancakes topped with strawberries and whipped cream. Her smile was innocent, radiant. Daniel hesitated. Pancakes were $6.99. He couldn't even cover that. He forced a smile, hiding his pain. "How about we share something? That way we can enjoy it together." He ordered the cheapest item, a small bowl of soup, and asked for an extra spoon. Emma didn't complain. She leaned closer, whispering, "It's okay, Daddy. I like sharing with you." At another booth nearby, a young man in a tailored suit had been quietly watching. His name was Ethan Blake, just 29 years old, already a successful CEO in the tech industry. To most, Ethan had it all: wealth, recognition, influence. But as he watched the father and daughter, he felt something stir inside him. He remembered being a boy himself, sitting in diners with his own single mom, counting coins to pay for meals. He remembered the hunger, not just for food, but for stability, for love, for someone to notice. The waitress brought Daniel the small bowl of soup. Emma clapped her hands and dipped her spoon with excitement, pretending it was a feast. Daniel's smile wavered, tears threatening at the corners of his eyes. That's when Ethan stood up. He walked over casually, slipping the waitress his credit card and whispering something. Then he turned to Daniel's table with a warm smile. "Excuse me," Ethan said. "I accidentally ordered too much food. Would you mind helping me out?" Before Daniel could respond, servers began placing plates on their table: pancakes with strawberries, grilled cheese, fries, even a slice of pie for dessert. Emma's eyes lit up like Christmas morning. Daniel looked stunned. I think you must have the wrong table." Ethan shook his head. "No mistake. Please enjoy. It would mean a lot to me." Daniel's lips trembled. He wanted to refuse, his pride urging him to stand tall. But Emma's tiny hands were already reaching for the pancakes, and the joy on her face broke through his hesitation. "Thank you," Daniel whispered, his voice hoarse. They ate together, Emma giggling with each bite, Daniel silently wiping away tears when she wasn't looking. Ethan returned to his seat, watching quietly, his heart full. But the story didn't end there. The next morning, Daniel woke to a knock at his small apartment door. Standing there was the same young man from the diner, holding a folder. "Mr. Carter," Ethan said gently, "I hope I'm not intruding. I just wanted to talk." Daniel, confused and wary, invited him inside. Ethan explained who he was, CEO of a growing company, someone who never forgot where he came from. "Last night reminded me of my own mother," he said. "She raised me alone, working 3 jobs. People's kindness kept us going. I'd like to return that kindness to you." Inside the folder were job applications, mechanic positions at Ethan's company's vehicle division, positions Daniel was more than qualified for. And alongside them, a letter offering Emma a future scholarship fund, already set up in her name. Daniel's knees nearly buckled. Why would you do this for us?" he asked, voice breaking. Ethan smiled. "Because when I was a boy, someone once did it for me. And it changed my life. Now it's my turn." Daniel pulled his daughter close, tears finally spilling. Emma, still too young to understand the full weight of it, only squeezed his hand and said, "See, Daddy? I told you good things happen." And she was right. In a world often defined by struggle, kindness can be the spark that lights a new path. Sometimes, it only takes one small act. A bowl of soup, a plate of pancakes, or a stranger's open heart, to change the course of someone's life forever. Sparkle's message: never underestimate the power of compassion. What you give today may be the miracle someone prays for tomorrow.